Show me.
We are so back Saturday and streaming. It
Hello,
is
hello. Let me share this.
it is Saturday the
It's a first.
25th, just after 2 p.m. EST, which is 3 p.m. Brazilian Standard Time, and it's at 7 p.m. Euros. My
Think
clocker is
so. Think
I
so.
I have to
And
guess.
Central Europe, it's 8.
6:15 p.m.
UTC is 6.
That's all I care about. UTC. You Euros can figure out the rest of it from there.
Yeah, Central Mountain Euro. I'm not sure.
And so today we wanted to have a stream to just go over some of the latest updates. I know people have been asking about uh, referral codes. People have been asking where the crystals are, and then for our developer friends or our programmatic traders that are setting up their own infrastructure to trade with, we released API keys, so you can now generate your own API keys from directly within the app. So today we'll just kind of maybe just run through, Marty, we can give a quick overview of, you know, Kyan, where everything is, where you can go to trade different instruments, where you can find your portfolio information, and we'll just kind of drill through the menus to, our crystal section, our API key section, um, referral codes, and answer any questions that come up from there.
Yep. Let's get into it.
Let me just post this link.
Yeah, I figure we'll give it
Get a view
another,
count a
like,
little.
2 minutes before we actually go live.
All right.
Yeah. Let's retweet.
My body's ready.
You just play. We'll just play music through the microphone now instead of since we're not on Spaces.
The little elevator. Doom, 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 doom.
You already know. No, we need the Brazilian stuff, dude. The Portuguese.
Dude, next week we're having the Brazil stream.
I need to
Another
load
one.
it up so I can just play it whenever we have Brazilian people come in. Just
the Brazilian national anthem.
Who's coming next week?
Robert Zagerton from Fogo, X Jump.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy. All right,
But
we got
he's
some people to come
he's
on
a Brazil Maxi.
What's up, viewers? What's up, party people?
I just shared. Let me share on the.
About to get started in just another minute here.
I posted it in the options chat.
Okay.
Crack a little spin drift. I don't think you know about the superior sparkling water that exists up here in the States, Marty.
The Green Mountain? Is that the one?
Spin drifts.
Spin drifts. What's a spin
drift?
drift?
I know that it's like low sugar, right?
It's no sugar, and it's
spin
only
drift.
Yeah, it's only 2 to like 3 ingredients. Just water.
Water. Okay.
Whatever flavor it is, juice from that, and that's usually it. But like sometimes they have like like a lemonade
it's
one.
Like,
so it'll be like lemons,
1 gram sugar or something, or like 2 grams of sugar.
I'm looking at the can right now, and it says 0 gram sugar added.
Okay, added.
Yeah, but it has it from the fruit juice that they use.
Yeah.
There's literally
it's like 10 calories or something.
I'll send you a screenshot. The can itself, like the whole can, is 4 calories, and
Jesus,
1 gram carbohydrate, 0 grams sugar, 0 grams added sugar. Literally just water and lime juice.
I think some of the flavors, I think they have it.
All right.
Hearsay. All right, we got a few people in here. What's up, everyone? Let's go ahead and get started. So, for those of you who don't know what Kyan is and you just stumbled across our stream or wanted to come hang out, Kyan is an on-chain derivatives exchange with a focus on options, though we do have perps. Today we're going to go through some new features that got added. Our how to generate API keys, referral codes, what you need to do to gain more referral codes than are already allotted to you, and Krystals. So Marty, I'll let you. You're kind of showing off the perp screen, so I'll let you just go ahead and tell the people what you do.
Well, you mentioned late perps, so have to put up a little perp action. Somebody asked me the other day, like, oh, what differentiates Kyan from Derive or a Deribit or Risk or something like this, right? First thing is that you have portfolio margin that's integrated into the system. You also have a combo builder. It's not an RFQ. The combo builder goes off of the liquidity from the order book. And when you look at like a Risk, it's still 100% margin product. When you look at a Derive, it can get a little confusing because they have different sub accounts and ETH and Bitcoin, and then they also have a standard margin. Here, it's two. You have a Bitcoin portfolio, you have an ETH portfolio. They're both USDC denominated. P&L is in USDC. Here you can see May 29th order book for Bitcoin. It's full. There's size. You can trade. You can go through. This is just for people who don't know what Kyan are. Here you can see all my positions and open orders. You see we have tons of open orders, 300, 400 orders just on Bitcoin. ETH is another 360. But
That's a lot.
Today's the first. It's a lot. Today's just the first time that I think you guys are publicly announcing what Krystals are, what they mean. I know that in the testnet competitions, the winners were allocated some Krystals. Early users are now allocated Krystals, so we can dive into what that means. And this is also the first time that there's a ref link. And I just want to say that the ref link is based on notional volume traded. So every 2 million you trade, you get another referral. I've traded, 17 million. I have 8 referrals left. You get a ref link code, how much more you need for the next filler, and Krystals. I'm expecting that we get a custom code so you can just use Marty code eventually. But one thing at a time. I think I'm the biggest crystal holder, just by being the biggest market maker right now. I would say I don't know how much we want to dive into what Krystals are or how it works.
Some people got more.
Ooh, no, but they got it from the trading competition, right?
Yeah, they got it from the trading competition.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can lead into that, Denton.
Yeah, so you get Krystals. You can think of Krystals as points. You get them from trading activities. You're also going to be able to get a certain amount from bug bounties, depending on how large the bug you find is, and if it's actually something that wasn't found yet. You can get Krystals from that, and of course from referrals, which right now that functionality is not live yet. But I mean, any volume that the people you refer to end up making, it's going to count towards that in the future. So you're going to get rewarded for that. There is, I think, when you first start your account, the volume you need to do to get a referral is 75,000. Both options and perps volume counts, so it should be pretty easy to do 75K.
One Bitcoin.
Yeah, if you really want to, you can, get a cheap option. But even if you're trading perps, 75K, it doesn't take that long. After that, I think it's either I guess it's 2 mil right now. We might lower that in the future, but that's what it is right now. You generate ref code, then you send it to whoever. Then you get some kickback from that in the future.
There was some questions on what crystals are. Do you want to?
So we're not announcing anything specific or final with them. You can think about them as points you earn, and it's better to have more than less.
I would agree. How did you do the? Oh, here the API keys. Yeah, this is also the first time you don't have to email the team to get an API key. You can just come here and add a key yourself.
Yeah, so I know the process before for those of you that were reaching out,
Nice.
looking to build a top of Kyan or just developers. Some people reached out looking for API keys to build dashboards. Others were looking to build trading tools. And we were having you email in and we had to activate it manually. Those days are no more. If you are watching this and you were one of the ones that reached out, requested an API key, and we're talking with Tolga or had Tolga reach out and he had asked you to give us a week or so and we would have a new system in place. This is the new system. We're just going to go into where are you?
Well, I don't know if it leaks my
Fair
key.
enough. Let me look and see on my end. If
Yeah, good point.
I think it does.
let's see. Yeah, it does. So we won't click on that.
I
Actually,
did.
you know
I
what?
did. I did click on it.
All right, delete the stream.
Yeah.
I'll show mine, okay? Because I'm gonna end up deleting this key anyway. And but you'll come here. You can add a key if you already have one. You have a key by default if you've used the one-click trading. So you see, I have one key here. I can delete this key if I want. You see, keys below include those created as part of trading flow. So I already have a key, and then what I'm gonna do is if this right now because I don't have enough volume to do this, it's not queuing for me. But as soon as I trade on my account, I'll be able to connect and generate my key here. I'm not gonna delete that yet, but actually, yeah. Boom, and it's gone. So yeah, so we got crystals. You can go right here to the gift page. That's where you'll see your crystals, your active referral balance, combination of those two. And then over in your portfolio, your API keys.
I think that for somebody who's retail to pro-tail, who's looking into just pulling data and using the data and using it to quote, the Kyan API provides the SVI from Blockshulls for free, and you can take that, derive mark, and quote around that as well. So they offer this for free, which they pay for you to use. You can pull that, and you can get right to quoting or use it in your system to be a maker or a taker.
So since this just changed, obviously you don't have to contact us anymore. You can just go log into Kyan, generate your API key. If for some reason you can't generate an API key, then feel free to reach out to me. Myself, Tolga, Marty, whoever, Denton, if you're associated with
Whoever you're associated with.
join the Discord.
Whatever group you're part of.
But everything is our documentation is very robust. You should be able to find everything that you need here. I'm pretty sure we've covered literally every facet of the functions of the platform and different ways you can pull data and interact with Kyan. So yeah, API key stuff here, getting started section. section on signatures that you want to look over. Liquidations, account systems, the portfolio margin section to kind of explain how our portfolio margin system works.
I will say the liquidation stream is something that you can pull if you wanted to. You can just take liquidation trades if you wanted to. So if somebody's being liquidated, you get an incentive. You get a better fill price on your end. The liquidation system will start giving incentives more and more. I think it's 20% maximum. So the liquidation engine could be 20% off sides of mark price, and you pick up a free 20% on the pricing. So if somebody's looking to do that, that's a little free alpha there that you can just plug in there.
We'll calculate user risk.
It doesn't leak your full key. I don't think so.
Really?
No.
That's good enough.
No, it doesn't leak
Really
your just the ID. Yeah. The real key is quite large.
I'm gonna kill this afterwards, so I'm just
No, just saying that the ID doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm just showing that you just click add an API key.
Yeah.
There's your key. You're good to go.
Yeah. I just checked.
About to get rugged. Oh, too late. Someone had a 5-second chance.
Yeah, but this is the new core features, right? So when you have now you have incentives to trade, right? Before people were like, why should I come? Why should I trade? Now you have incentives. You get a point system. You get referral based. And if you're a pro tail or retail trying to get in, there's API juice for you there. That's another thing. Zero fees. Just a 0.25 bips fee, which is nothing, to the liquidation. To the insurance fund. Usually fees are like 3 bips for retail, so you're paying 0.25. And the spreads are nice. Spreads are real nice for traders.
Looks looking thick. Oh, did it expand with it? That's a real question.
Yeah.
It did? Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Made it a full screen.
There we go. When I go full screen on my Mac, for some reason, it like completely removes the tab bar, so I can't get back to you. It's terrible, terrible UX.
Well, good thing Tim Cook is fired.
Hit us with some questions.
Anybody got questions?
Somebody did ask yesterday, what happens with the Premium token into Kyan? That's what they were curious.
If there were,
it's not I don't know.
If there were to be a Kyan token, Premium holders would be, there would be a, how's the best way to say it? I don't want to say equal because it won't be like
reconciliation.
Yeah, because I don't know if there'd be the same amount of tokens, but there would be a proportional distribution, a proportional distribution to like any previous Premium holders. We wouldn't just like create a new token and try to pretend like Premium wasn't 3/4 of our history.
Yeah.
We are on V4.
Yeah, I was talking to someone about this like a couple like weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago. That like premium like Kyan would be V4, but it's so architecturally different that we felt like it's no longer like the same as what we were building at Premia, or what we were building as like exchange infrastructure as Premia, and it gave us a nice like transition into we already had uh, Premium Labs since the beginning of Premia's creation, and it kind of gave us a way to keep the name so that the identity behind the product is still there and identifiable or recognizable, um, while being able to offer these other products. And a lot of people have who've been following us for a while know about and have used or still use Archetype. And now with Kyan, once we release the caps, we'll swap out the inventory source, so that the not only options, but we can also put in perps there, where people can now kind of
Oh, that would be great.
seamlessly. Yeah, like the idea is like we have combos for uh, our pro tail users on Cayenne, but the whole like originally the whole idea behind Archetype was like how do you build something that makes options feel effortless for retail? Like what is the like most simple use case for them, and the most simple like practical use case for a retail trader is just buying a call or a put to quote unquote protect themselves from the risk of the asset that they exited going up or down, and then losing out on those gains. So it gave them a way to capture gains from, a decision that they may have wanted to like overtrade on essentially. And
No, you can get
and
a swap with a hedge, right? Is kind of the easiest way to say it, right?
exactly. It is all it is, an instant hedge, a bundled hedge that's happening. But we're just trying to think through like what happens to like every early trader when they make a swap? Because to them, they're not like sure, some people get right into perps, but most people just get into like buying things on dexes. And
Mhm.
a lot of the FOMO that hits like traders that are actively trading on dexes is that you just sold some asset for another asset, and now the asset you just sold is going up, or the asset that you bought is going down and the other one's not moving, so you would have been better off. And that is like the simplest use case for an option for retail. It's like, give them the opportunity to make money on the downside or upside. Introduce them to, hedging their positions via this mechanism. But it's like it's just a combo. So there's no reason if via our inventory we have perps that we can't offer the same thing where you can package spot swaps with a perp, package spot with an option and a perp, build out combos in a more inviting or user friendly interface. Um, you know, it, through Premia Labs, we're able to kind of offer now this go down this path of building tools for like pro traders, pro tail traders, and our institutional traders, and then having a path of building things that are still like uh, DeFi accessible, you could say, right? Like have that kind of DeFi UX that people are used to who've been around for a while.
Yeah, it's a full derivative suite. Once you add in the swaps, then it fills it out, right? And then you also are going to have isolated margins, so perps, and will feel a little bit more organic to users, and
I'll share it so
just
people can hear.
buying,
I
yeah,
still
just
trade
buying
on my
options
own like
will be.
like yeah, a lot of people don't know that this exists, but
The smart accounts need gas.
yeah, you can swap whatever on here. The idea here was we offered all these on Premia V2 and V3. So you could purchase upside or downside protection on any of these. And so if I'm going ETH to, Link, you'll see this will add protection. I'm not an Arbitrum, and I'm not going to log in right now. But you see downside protection. What is it? Optional feature that allows users to hedge their token swaps from unwanted downside risk. And you can do it on the other side. I gotta log in, but we have upside protection, quote unquote, too. And you can
We
do
need
it
to
for
fund the gas account on the smart accounts.
Yeah, we can do it. Then if you don't want to like package them together, you just want to buy options. There's a protection page where you can pick whatever tokens you had in your wallet that you were trying to hedge, or just it didn't matter if you had them in your wallet. You just could, buy the hedge itself or buy the option itself. If it goes up or goes down. So it's like we just expand on this. So you can do the same thing with perps. You can do, multi-position or combos for options with spot. It allows for like max flexibility.
The full suite.
Oh no. All right, here we go. I had too many tabs open and I closed it. All right, you got anything from the chats or from the audience? Any questions? Any comments?
Let me check.
If no, we'll wrap it up, and then if anything comes up, you know where to find us.
We
Discord.gg.
still need, someone was asking about the last trading competition. I don't know for sure if the bonus or rewards have been distributed yet for that. I think they might have been not.
We'll check with Rod when we get out.
I gotta
stream.
confirm with everyone. Besides that, I think we're good.
All right.
That's it. I think I'm good.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. If you haven't traded on Kyan yet and you need a code, reach out to any of us. We're happy to send you one. We will be back. We're now streaming Tuesday, Thursdays. We're going to try and make Saturdays a thing as well. Usual time is Eden, the old 11 o'clock. Or do we do it noon now? I don't know. I think it depends on like when the other meetings
Call
are.
is. Yeah.
Other engineering calls and stuff. But Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, we'll be back. If you have any questions concerning Kyan, you know where to find us. Discord.gg/Kyan. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.